Growing up as a kid, you're taught essential things in school that will help you through life. Basic math as an example, 2 + 2 = 4. Or like learning basic literature. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog was essential. Unless you live in Baltimore, you're pretty much guaranteed these basic skills. Unlike later in life where you're taught basic like how to find a square's radius by doing the simple act of A = T divided by the nearest. The shape goes in the shape box. It's a simple ass concept. Another core concept we learn from a young age is what we call the 5 main senses: sight, smell, hearing, touch, and taste. And if I'm being honest, most people really take these things for granted. Like you could have been born without one of these and you would have had a -1 skill level. But there are some questionable pleasures that shouldn't work, but surprisingly do. Let's take the sense of smell for example. Humans have a pretty nice sense of smell and can universally agree on marvelous scents, like vanilla candles, fresh flowers, fresh chocolate chip cookies, 100% grass fresh air. But then we got weird things that shouldn't work. From the top of my head, the first thing that comes up is gasoline. Well, some people will sit there and nearly die when the tiniest presence hits your nostrils, while someone else is going by and going, oh, that's what I'm talking about. I truly believe that we are split into 2 groups in society: people that like gasoline and people that don't like the smell of gasoline. And if you're asking me, what group am I in? Obviously, I'm gonna be in the most logical and reason. I love the smell. Whoa. Did you actually think I'd like that smell? If you actually like this smell, you're diabolical, but if you subscribe, you're not. Ever since I was a little jit, I would never like this smell. It was just something about the nasty dry smell. Instead of rolling down my windows when I pass a gas station, I'd roll them shits up like Snoop Dogg trying to hotbox. No matter what you think, everyone has their own sense of smell, and what comes off bad to you might not come off bad to them. It literally used to be common for kids in elementary schools to sniff the markers, whether it's Sharpie, Expo, or Crayola, because we'd be huffing and puffing on these bitches like we were goddamn Snoop Dogg. Kids would buy the 40-pack of markers for the entire year and end up with a solid 1 or 2 by the end. Like you literally had kids in school deliberately timing when the teacher would pass by to see if they had enough time to get a huff in. But the thing is, it's the weird, odd, sensational aroma that kept us going on. And if you don't believe me, look at the school supply market. Like, tell me why all these brands are targeting drug abuse to little kids. You would think the government would come in and try to help regulate this epidemic, but no. I guess they're still bustling business till this day. I don't know what it is with the school sniffing epidemic, but there was also kids in the 80s getting high off goddamn glue. So you can't even blame the Gen Z kids for trying to do this. Another one people won't admit is their own must. Everyone had their fair share of moments where they've been musty and thought to themselves, this doesn't really smell that bad. Our natural body creates a force field from our own must. What smells like complete horror to someone else oddly smells very elegant. Which is why I think you end up with the most musty, smelly people never really realizing that they smell like absolute shit. And I always notice. And before the no shower allegations hit me, this is not something I do on a regular basis. It just happens to everybody when they're busy, you can't even lie. So let me put you all on this disclaimer. Take a shower. If we're talking about the category of hearing, I think the most obvious one is ASMR. ASMR is some weird truly when you think about it. It shouldn't work, but it kinda does. You literally have people whispering into the microphone or tapping all types of shit on that mic, creating a whole entire ecosystem on YouTube of people just whispering and making millions. And I'm not gonna lie, if it hits the right part of your ear, it can truly hit, and I don't care what anyone has to say. Even if you don't understand or don't like, or you've never had someone tickle your eardrums, this is how it sounds. You even have goddamn celebrities doing it. At a certain point, it's truly one of those guilty pleasures that no one likes to admit. I don't even go out of my way to watch it, but if a video pops up, I truly might watch it. For the sense of vision, there's just too much you really can't account for. For guilty pleasures or things that just feel weird that work. The one thing I'm truly embarrassed to admit is watching those goddamn Subway Surfer clips. I know we love to clown on these brain rot ass videos, but the way they collect all these coins in a swift manner and never die is just so amazing. The bottom clips with the top clips just make you feel some sort of way. The worst part is when you fall victim to this loophole. If you start looking at it too much, your whole TikTok and YouTube Shorts feed is just gonna be cooked. In the future, there's gonna be a gravesite for people who lost all their attention spans to it, guaranteed. And I'm happy for you if you haven't fell into this loophole yet. And I don't know if it's just me, but halfway through the video, I'll forget what I was just watching. Like if I were to have a pop quiz on this 30-second clip, I'm not getting a single answer right. My brain just shuts off halfway through the clips and I end up with a E-high from it. I think this also stems from what we call the oddly satisfying genre on YouTube. There's a certain point where the Subway Surfers just aren't it. Before the Subway Surfer videos, I fell down a loophole in the past. Cutting sand videos, cutting soap videos, smashing the sand in the glass videos, videos, rolling bottles down the stairs video. Honestly addicted, bro. Someone help me. We also gotta cover the other sense, the taste. The amount of weird guilty pleasures and food combos that shouldn't work but do for people is crazy. I never used to think outside of the box with the things I would eat. I was always the type of kid when I got to a 5-star restaurant and the waiter was reading out the whole menu. Fettuccine Alfredo, ziti.
Can I just get the chicken nuggets?
This all changed for me when I watched one single movie when I was a kid, Ratatouille. The scene with Remy trying the strawberry with the cheese just started it from there. That was the day when I realized, maybe it won't be weird if I try new foods. From that day on, I was trying the worst combos of all time. Cheetos with milk, ice on bread, frosted flakes with cheese, and salt and pepper apples. Once again, people would be looking at me disgusted as hell. But at the same time, when someone else eats a weird food combo, you look at them the same. But whenever it's you eating whatever you combine, it's a 5-star meal. This is one of those things that truly subjects to how you are. Another one I feel that people don't like to admit is what comes out of their nose. You're telling me from the age of 0 to however old you are now, there hasn't been a single time where you took a gander at the nose? I refuse to believe so. Every kid walked around with some type of snotty ass nose or anything, and you know it'd just be hitting the taste buds. It's just like what I said about Ratatouille. Like, it's not that bad, come on. Depending on what nutrients your body takes in, it's supposed to reflect it, right? And I eat A-okay, so anything that comes out of my nose is basically a 5-star meal. To wrap up this video, my point is humans enjoy things that they really shouldn't, but it works. Whether it's smelling gas or someone who eats frozen soup pops. We just need to embrace it and be ourselves. Thank you so much for watching this video. Join the Discord down below. Follow me on Instagram. If you made it to this, you don't have to subscribe, but feel free to. Also subscribe to my second channel down below for reacts. Let me know if I should start streaming down in the comments. Hope you guys have a great day. As usual, NVL on top. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video again. I greatly appreciate it. Peace.